Hey, this is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Let's talk about waiting. Most of us have spent a lot of our lives waiting. I feel like I've spent most of my life waiting for something. Waiting for people. Waiting for problems to go away. Waiting for shit to work out. Waiting for life to get better. And wait my whole life. Every day. I know what it's like to wait. I'm an expert at waiting. I know how to be patient. I'm not a patient person, and life has taught me patience at gunpoint. Tortured me with patience. It's constantly trying to teach me to slow down. And since we spend so much time waiting, you have to learn the right way and the wrong way to wait. There's a wrong way to wait, and there's a right way to do it too. I read somewhere that if you count up all the time that your average American spends waiting in line, like at the store or whatever, that it equals 5 years of your life. Like if you just put it all in a row. It feels more than that to me though. And especially if you count up all the waiting that you've done, just in general. The right way to wait is to wait like the farmer. Farmers know how to wait. And farmers are patient people, but farmers, they wait with expectation. And you can't call a farmer lazy. Because, these guys have to put in a lot of work. There's a lot of preparation and a lot of maintenance and a lot of care and a lot of action taken while waiting. In the preparation of waiting, the action of waiting. Waiting feels like a non-action, but it's an action. You can have passive or active waiting, and a passive waiting is boring as a motherfucker. You ever wait for someone to come pick you up and you don't have nothing to do while you're waiting for them? Oh, that's terrible. I can't tell you how many times that I've sat and waited for people to pick me up in my life. Not recently, but there was a time when I was always waiting for motherfuckers to pick me up. And every single car, I look at their headlights, try to see if I can see it from far away, just as it turns down the block. Oh, there they are. It helps when you're more occupied and you're waiting, and then all of a sudden it just feels like, well, there they go. Jeez, it felt like no time at all. I just called you 5 minutes ago, it felt like. That was 45 minutes, jeez. I mean, that's the best kind of waiting, when you're preoccupied, when you're busy. When you're sitting there doing something, focusing on something other than the outcome. Say, for example, if while you're waiting for someone to come pick you up, you are in preparation of packing your bags. They're coming to get me, I better go pack some clothes. Well, you're doing something. You're preparing for that outcome and waiting for that motherfucker to come by. Sometimes comes too soon. All of a sudden, waiting is a different game. I think it is a game. You have to play it right, just like anything in life. So when we wait like the farmer, we wait with expectation and with hope, because that's what the farmer does. And the farmer has an expectation of a harvest. And it's not playing dictator. It's not being demanding or being a brat when you have an expectation of an outcome, especially when you've put in the work. If you came to me, and I'm not a personal trainer, but I am a strength coach and a life coach, and I've been working out for a long time, and if you came to me and said, I want to lose some weight, I want to lean out and get in better shape, get a little more athletic, well, we could put you on a diet plan and a workout plan, a lifestyle, healthy lifestyle, and assuming that you follow it, we will damn well expect to see results. We'll expect to see them. We're not going to forget about results or think, well, if you see any results, then that just means you have control issues. No. You wait with expectation, but you don't wait passively. So you're making plans while you're waiting. You're making plans for victory. That's what the wait is. It's a plan for victory. Warriors don't sit around waiting for battle. There's training. You're either in battle or you're training. It's either one. But you're not just sitting around waiting for battle. The training is the action you take on that plan for victory. When you have an expectation on your waiting, when you're waiting like the farmer with an expectation, when you're training like the warrior with a plan for victory, these types of people, they don't, that type of mindset, I should say, it's not one that is passively hoping to reach their goal. I'm not sure how to say it. You have to call forth your greatness. That's the best way I can say it. You have to call forth your greatness. And part of that is a mindset. When you have a mindset of a loser, you walk around expecting the worst. There's people that are like that, negative nillies. They get the worst. Bad shit always happens to people like that. You have to have an expectation of hope, and to call forth your greatness is to expect to reach your goals, to expect to see yourself in a certain light. I'm going to transform myself to be a better person, and I can see what kind of person that is. I can see what kind of life that person lives in my mind. You may think that's a fantasy, but that's something, a goal that I'm working towards, and I can call that forth through that expectation. Because if you ask a lot of people, what do they expect out of life? They might say, I don't know. If you ask a lot of people, do you expect greatness out of life? They might say, well, I don't know. They might think that that is narcissistic or ego talking. A lot of people might say, well, they've been trained out of being strong. They've been trained to be weak. And a weak person will reply, well, I don't want to be great. They just want to get through. It's the wounded bird that just wants to be healed. The type of recovery that's only half-assed. You know what half-assed, halfway recovery is? They talk about this in addiction counseling. Half-assed recovery is when you just want to get back to where you were, just get back to even. I can kind of imagine how I was before I got all fucked up, and I just want to get back to that. That's half-assed recovery. Little weak motherfuckers. Real recovery is to go past that. I'll get to where I was and go way the fuck past it. Because where I was weak. Where I was is what led me to the fucking addiction to begin with. I don't want to just be back where I was. I want to be past that. So don't be half-assed recovery. And this mindset of deserving greatness because of your active waiting, this expectation of hope, that brings you there. You know, when we're waiting, we've all spent so much time waiting. I want to make this distinction between an expectation of hope and an expectation of greatness. But you don't want to demand anything from the world. See, this is where it might get tricky for some of you. There's a concept within Taoism and also Buddhism about non-attachment. Non-attachment means that you don't have an attachment to the outcomes. You're able to be adaptable. You can adapt. There may be battles where your plan of attack needs to be altered in the middle of battle. And you can't call time out. You need to readjust your course. Make some changes. Those are usually just in response to an unforeseen outcome or a change in events, right? And so you have to be able to change your plan to meet the obstacle. It doesn't mean you change your goal, your final goal. But we can't be too attached to final outcomes. There is a randomness in this world. As I've grown, I've noticed that what I've wanted has evolved. And a lot of times when I start off with an expectation about a goal, and I work towards it and I wait towards it, as I'm evolving in that process of transformation, because you grow, I find sometimes that the outcome that I want might be a little different. That through just minor course corrections along the way, we're no longer exactly where I foresaw myself when we started. Sometimes building a chopper can be this way. And what it ends up like is what it ends up like. It's just what it is. The goal was to build a chopper, and I have the drawings and the plan, but that's what we ended up with. That's what God meant it to be. I don't know. It's all food for thought. I hope someone's feeling this. Thanks for watching.